Hey y'all, how are you? Not staying long. I just lost you. And it was so weird because we was talking about all this energy and it felt like a very high energy, high energy packed, whatever, filled message that we just had. We were conversing back and forth about some things and we got disconnected. It was so strange because we was talking about, energy and returning and when something gets sent to you and how it can't affect you. Remember I said, it could be someone down the street. It could be a neighbor. It could be this that it goes back to. And it's crazy because in the middle of me saying this, you guys are hearing all these bings and dings that Spirit's given to confirm what I'm saying, to confirm how you're feeling. And as I'm doing this video with you guys, like all of a sudden, like my lights in my house, they was flickering. Remember I was like, oh, my lights, what's going on? My lights was flickering and then they went out. They went out in like different rooms in the house. Like my lights went out. And it makes me think like, what the fuck? Like, think of 111. Now, a normal person will say, oh, a wire fell, whatever the case. But me being as spiritual as I am, tapping into a heap hearing powerhouse, that's the type of energy that we harness. And so when we continue to rise our vibration, we offset. Remember how my cards have been saying that offset? We offset the natural flow of energy, the natural balance that is already here. And this is what happens when divine meets physical. I feel combustion, not bad, but if you can understand what I'm saying, then you understand the level of intensity that this divine source energy is bringing to the collective. So as I'm giving this message, and it's very powerful, and mind you, remember it was minus cards, so cards wasn't the issue. It was us conversing in a divine fashion about the divine, opening up to different things, realizations, getting knowledge. And I feel like that, like the lights going off was like an indication that like, yes, we were talking about the shift, right? And I remember in another place that I lived at, there was always like this alarm that would go off. It would be like every time I would go through an awakening or I would raise my vibration or every time something would change with me on my path, this alarm would go off in the building out of nowhere. And I always seen that as like the spiritual alarm, like that judgment energy, like spirit ringing the horn. And when I would hear that alarm go off out of nowhere, because no one would be around to set the alarm, it would align me instantly in the mind and in the spirit with a shift occurring, and that, this is a hard reset. So we all be hearing about resets and this and that, but this is when I say a hard reset is like that bang that I told you I heard somewhere in the building that allowed my spirit to know, okay, something is crashing. Something's breaking down, a foundation is breaking, there's shifts. And what happens when a foundation cracks? It shifts what's on top of it. It makes sense. So there's a lot of things that are going on. So just now, it was just crazy. I had a moment. I'm like, damn, I know Spirit wasn't like trying to tell me to stop talking, but Spirit just showed me in an instant how the power that we harness when expelled into the collective can bring about changes on a level that we can't even truly fathom. This is the power of energy. Everything is energy. Everything in creation is run off of energy. So it should make plenty of sense. So that was just what I went through just now. I wanted to share that with y'all because I just said, talking about all this manipulation and all of this energy being thrown around and how it not having a place to go. It's going to go wherever it can go. And this literally was like 3 like telephone poles down, I guess. I didn't see anybody hit the pole. All I know is the lights went off. Next thing you know, National Grid's fixing the wires on the pole. I'm in the middle of giving a message. The laptop shuts off. My house is in complete darkness. And then here I am again, right? 444. So spirit moves in ways that we can't understand, but they're letting us know that they're moving. That was also my confirmation of what I said. The shift has occurred, and me aligning with that shift. So you guys are seeing in real time, in actual time. If you didn't see that last video, it wasn't meant for you to see. If you did, then that was for you. But this one was just because I couldn't leave y'all like that. We was having a good talk, things was going good. And next thing you know, I'm out of there. And I wasn't ready for that. So if anybody has any questions, you can let me know. You can ask them, you can leave them, whatever. I don't really have anything else to speak on. That was pretty much the message that I had earlier. Like I said before, to those of you guys who are newly watching, I am moving away from using tarot cards. Regular time lives. No, and that's weird because I be coming live. Like right now, you're talking, but it says there's 0 people watching me. So, you see what I'm saying? And no. I just come on and I be wondering who I'm talking to. And I always thought it was weird that I see you after I do a live. And so it's like now I have 1 person watching, it says, because I said that. You see what I'm saying? People be playing. I always wondered like why I never get to interact with you during lives. It's been like once or twice that we have. And I feel like that's, people behind the scenes playing with things, that goes into that shadow banning. They don't want the real ones to know that they're being watched and people want to interact with them. So they make it seem like the views are off. The people aren't watching. They don't see. So no, I'm glad you're here. I usually just come on when I feel called. I usually just come on when I feel like y'all need a message or if there's a message to give. If there isn't one, then I won't come on. I'm not in the act of wasting my energy anymore. I've done that a lot. I'm just, something got to change. And when we are in these positions, we got to be the ones to make that change. So I do believe that, me not using the tarot cards per se will make a big change for me for the better. My messages aren't going to change. Some of the content will. But I'm going to be tapping in more into my High Priestess energy, more into the seeing beyond the veil for you guys, more into helping you guys remove your own veils, more into, we did the healing. Healing is a lifelong journey, but we laid the foundation, So now it's like, what comes after the healing? What comes after the rebirth is this new life. And if we are stepping into this new life, we got to understand it came from the creation that we birthed. So how do we want to live it? How do we want it to look? How do we want it to be different from, what we just went through? And these are the things that we're going to be focusing on. These are like my main goals are to keep us from going back to that toxic cycle that we just came out of, because it is easy, to slip into what we have become accustomed to knowing. Comfortability is for a spiritual being their worst thing to resonate with, because as a spiritual being, we're never supposed to be complacent. We're always supposed to be on a search for some type of inner depth. There's always supposed to be some type of growth, and it happens for all of us differently. So I'm going to be more of the spiritual guide to you. Again, before in the past, I was being a guide and a teacher to family, to friends, to ex-people that I dealt with. And now I don't have those people that Spirit had on my list to heal. I don't have those curses to break. I don't have, like, when I say I am freer now to do what I feel called to do, it's a beautiful feeling, because I wasn't free before. Meaning, I was free from the 3D worries, but not really, because I still had real life 3D fears. We can't be so spiritual that we lose sight of our reality that we live in. And so, there were some things where it's like, okay, I got to talk about this. I got to go into this, but Lord God, you better protect me when I walk out my door, because I know. And it got, how sticky it gets. Okay, let's quote Drake. So there were just some things that had to change, So yeah, we're done with that. We're done with that. Again, they always say you can't have the testimony without the test. You can't be exalted without hitting bottom. You can't come full circle without going around and around. You know, you can't close a cycle until you complete it. You can't let go of something until you step out of it. You can't heal something fully until you're healed yourself. You know, there are certain things that we just can't do. And there are certain things, spiritual beings right now, that I feel like you guys are seeing a vision of, okay? And this is another thing that I'm being called to do, is to spread word of prophecy, to spread more words of abundance over the chosen ones' lives, because you guys have a different built up spiritual inheritance. And this is the thing with being like a true high priestess, is that we are called to shift. You know, that wheel of fortune, that is destiny, that is fate. Okay. And when we talk about Akashic records, when we talk about the scrolls and the seals, the things that come in the Bible, there are certain people who hold positions in this reality that are responsible for seeing the fate and destiny of others, only to shift that fate and destiny to better help them to grow, to attain a better outcome in life. And this is something I don't take lightly. This is literally dealing with the fate of people, the livelihood of others. And this is another reason why I had to separate myself from the regular traditional tarot readers, because they don't have this gift. This gift, now, many chosen beings have many gifts, but I know that not every chosen being has the gift of seeing the Akashic records, right? And changing those records for a person that the divine says, okay. So it's kind of like this, right? When we talk about destiny and fate, and why I'm being called to work with you guys more, is because we've all been talking about our destined life, our fated life, our wheel of fortune, our 10 of pentacles. But we don't oftentimes talk about the spiritual work that it takes to attain that. We talk about 10 of pentacles and think we're getting money. But the 10 of pentacles is literally, what have you built up within yourself? What is your energy within yourself? Because, you know, that energy within self to reach that 10 of pentacles only comes from spiritual growth. You're not going to get 10 of pentacles. You may get a bag, but that's not generational wealth. So you got to see, what is your definition of generational wealth? Is your definition of generational wealth just attaining finances? Because if so, that's not going to last you for generations. It's like deeper than money. And, you know, I don't really care about money. I know we need it to live, but I'm not a materialistic person. So I feel like the Most High picked the perfect person to be able to tap into the energy of money, someone who is not, you know, dependent on it. I like what I like, but, you know. So, and yeah, okay, the Akashic record thing. It's like, there was one time I was sitting here, and you guys have seen all the things that I've had to, that all the people, the energies, entities, I deal with more than just people. To me, people are not people. To me, people are souls and spirits and entities and energy. You are who you display yourself to me as. And that's just that. So I've dealt with a lot, and I've dealt with having to combat things that don't resonate with my soul and spirit, right? And in doing so, knowing who I am, and this is why being underestimated is beautiful. I had to make a promise, and I can tell this to you guys now because I'm out of that. See how everything happens? People want to know the ins and outs. There's a time for that. There was a time when the Most High came to me, and there was so much that was being done, and I was fearful. I was worried. I was like, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. They're attacking this. What if this happens? What if I lose this? What if someone says this? What if this happens? And I was thinking of the worst case scenario, and the Most High was like, well, what if you have the power to change that? And I said, okay. Then something was displayed to me in the terms of a gift. Now, these gifts, this is why I say, real ones hold themselves to a certain standing because they realize the gifts that they hold are powerful and can be stripped from them just as quickly as they were given to them. And when these gifts are stripped, there are other things that are stripped as well, because you are chosen to hold certain knowledge, to give certain knowledge, to uphold justice. You understand? So when you realize what that means, upholding justice is not just, it's deep. Justice is not just, you know, in court. Justice is everything in life has to be balanced. And we don't like talking about this, but we gotta. Justice says ma'at, right? which is underlying justice. People see justice. We see ma'at, which means everything is balanced. Justice is like it appears to be. Ma'at is true justice. And when I say that, I say, okay, someone sends you a money ritual, right? The true justice for that being sent to you is now their money is off. You don't have to know who it is. You don't have to know that they sent it. The universe sees all. You are connected to that all. This is why you guys don't know everybody who's worked on you, but you know what's being done. But you see these readings and you get confirmation that you've been worked on. And about the reader telling you that something is being stripped from someone, you realize, oh, that's who it was, or oh, that's why. Okay. Now, if someone sends you a death ritual, all right, we don't like talking about this, but someone sends you a death ritual, the karma for that is the same. It's the same thing. We can't pick and choose where justice is fair. So here are things. Us as spiritual beings, we understand that we are protected. And because we're protected, certain outcomes happen to people who go up against our protection. And this is why we are called to be level-headed at all times. Because if someone is sending us an energy, right, and we're not able to see it clearly and realize and transmute or whatever we got to do to clear that, and we send that back. Let's just say we just send it back. Some people just return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. They just do it all day. They don't realize what they're doing. They don't realize what they're sending because they don't know what has been sent. So while you're over here sending back what was sent to you, you're doing the same thing that that person that just sent you did. So now y'all are balanced. Now you're both losing. No one wins there, okay? But if you see it from a higher perspective and you say, okay, this person's sending me negative energy. They know not what they do, but I do. I have been told that I'm not to do that. They're doing this. They know not what they do. That's what y'all got to say. Because you're going to be held accountable. Because you know what they're doing. So, with that being said, here comes judgment. Let's talk about those Akashic records. We're getting to it. Fate, destiny, lives, all of this. This is why this is so important and why there is such a huge disconnect, why people don't believe in nothing. They think what they see is what it is, but they don't realize there's a whole situation that has already transpired before the physical reality of what they're seeing. And my goal is to try to get everybody to see before they set something out in the spiritual that it will manifest in their physical. But it's like I try to do that and people think I'm trying to, threaten them. No, I'm trying to save you. Like I'm trying to show you what your actions will do before you do them, and you still do them. So with that being said, got to clear that as well. That's when the Most High will come in and say, now there have been some harsh situations where it has just been repetitive. Most High told me to cut people off. I cut them off. They're still going. Told me to say certain things, said it, they're still going. Brought up karma, said that now is the time for karma, exposing karmics, all this, still things going on and on and on. Okay, they know not what they do. Me and Most High have that understanding. People are going to do what they're going to do. So when it's time for judgment, when it's time for me to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. Then the Most High comes and says, okay, you call judgment. You call judgment on what's going on. You've had enough, okay? What do you want the outcome to be? This is destiny. This is fate. This is the power that I hold. What do you want to be done, my child? The decision that I make is a decision the Most High goes with. There's no more talk. There's no more nothing. And this is what people don't understand. I have never said to the Most High, regardless of what anyone has sent, when I call judgment, to bring them a harsh, painful reality. Never. I always pray when I have to call judgment, and I hope that my prayer can save, because I am in the act of saving. I am in the act of helping, you see? But there are situations that arise that it's out of my hands. Why is that? Because my heart is so big. So if I let my heart get in the way, justice would not happen. There are some situations where the Most High has said, Kayla, an eye for an eye. And I don't like that. But who am I? So it gets very, very hard when I have people sending me energy and I got the Most High on my back talking about what you want to do. Because I'm a human being. And I could say attack everything that they have attacked when it comes to me, but I don't. So there are situations in people's lives that because they did some things to me, they were fated and destined to go through exactly what I have gone through times 10. Now, I want you guys to look at your situations. All of those who have spoken the most egregious things on my name. And I want you to see, you knowing what you have sent me. Have you received that times 10? You haven't. Because I protect everything that I love and care about and everything connected to it. So people can call me every name in the book. People can throw whatever they want and talk bad about me. But when it comes to people's lives, when it comes to the gift that I have been given to restore balance, I don't play with that. And people don't understand my position. People don't understand the true authority that I have. And, they know not what they do. So with that being said, I have to separate myself because I am not like everybody else. My purpose is not like everybody else. I'm called to bring justice. And as hard as that is, someone's always going to feel like that's an injustice to them. What's going on? You okay? Yeah. All right. So, hold on a second. What are you crying about? You okay? You just tired? You're all right. Give me a hug. Daddy be here soon, okay? Go lay down. Love you. You okay? All right. See the lights back on? So you don't have to worry. My kids is like, what happened to the lights, mommy? Yeah, so I love the way you express so that's very easy to understand. Thank you. It's it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's like, it's been so much on me not being able to express and explain the depths of my, my purpose. And this is also why I've said I'm such an asset, It's like, it's a gift and I don't take it lightly. When I say I'm called to do something, I feel like I'm called to spin that wheel. And it's not for me. Like I get pleasure, I get joy, I get fulfillment out of showing people that fate and destiny isn't like written in stone. That wheel spins every day. Every day we get a new chance. That Ace of Pentacles doesn't just come once a year or once in a blue. That Ace of Pentacles is every day. That Ace of Cups is every day. That Ace of Swords is every day. That everything, the Ace of Wands is every day. And this is what you guys needed to know, or you wouldn't be knowing it, I just know my purpose. I know that with the good comes the bad, and I got tired of sitting in the light, meaning like I got tired of only talking about love and light and, this and that. And there is a dark side to spirituality. There is life and there is death. There is good health and there is not. There is, lack and there is abundance. These are all realities that we all experience and we all go through. And I just got tired of shying away from the realness of the journey. And the realness of the journey is these steps, if not ordered and followed, could result in many different situations for many different people in my life. And it's why I'm tired of people messing with me, because my job here is to be a divine mediator. My job here is to be a divine protector. My job here is to remain balanced for those around me, because as long as I am balanced, then no harm can come to those around me. No harm can come to anyone who is in my energetic space. And that's why I have to continuously remove myself. This is why I have to continuously, cut the grass, because I am only allowing people in my energetic space that I know are going to help balance those scales. I'm no longer, trying to change people. I'm no longer trying to, heal the unhealable. I'm no longer, playing with the broken. I'm not doing that, because when I do that, it offsets what the universe is trying to have happen here. We all have different purposes. But some of us have more responsibility because of the things that we have gone through, the life that we have lived. And if you have been able to look death in the face, then this is something that God is going to give you a gift in. Meaning, I was told that I would have a long life. People want, to do what they want, but I was told when I was going to go. And if I believe the Most High with everything else, I believe with that. My expiration date, I know. I was told. You see, I was told that as a child, but y'all don't know that. See? So with that being said, I had to take that off my plate of worries. It's true. There's a shadow side to everything. With everything you see that makes you happy, there's another side of it. With everything that you want, there's something you don't want. With everything you resonate with, there's something you don't resonate with. With everything you want to go toward, there's something you don't want to go to. There's always an opposite, an equal or opposite force. And it's like, our forces within us are meant to work together. That's the ultimate yin and yang. Like, we as spiritualists want the world to see us as love and light, because it's the only way we can prove to the world that we are not dark, because people already think spirituality is a cult and dark practices. So we got to come out here being a false version of self, not saying we're fake, but we got to come out here and give this energy as if that's all there is. And that's tiring, because y'all see what I go through. It don't seem like nothing love and light. I go through some harsh shit, only to show you the light through it. So yeah, so this is real for me. This is my life. Because I realize and understand that there are a lot of people who don't see the connection. There are a lot of people that are walking around in this world that need to understand spiritual law and guidance and energy and universal flow. And, there are people that literally need that. And that's what I'm here for. Yeah, I got to do it. Because people think that just because I'm a tarot reader, I'm like everybody else. I'm not. And I don't mean to be like cocky or egotistical or prideful. I am just very confident. I am very passionate, and I'm able to call it how I see it. I don't know everything there is to know, but I guarantee you I can go down and I can allow some people to know their purposes. And how would I have this information if I don't know you? It's because it was given to me to give to you. All of the knowledge and wisdom that I have is for you. I was told when I started this, it makes no sense, because at first, when you first go on your spiritual journey and you get all these awakenings, you got all this knowledge, you want to keep it for self. And you're like, oh, that's mine. You become like a spiritual hoarder. And because you feel like you got more information than someone else. And you just feel like, oh my gosh, I got this. And I just want to keep getting. And then eventually I'll just shh. But in that process, I learned as well that what you learn, it makes no sense to hold it in. Like, what you learn, you want to spread, you want to teach, you want to give. And that's where I learned what abundance was, because I wasn't getting an abundance of money. Like, I ain't getting money doing this. You think people are really paying me to change their lives? No. Okay, and that's another reason. So I'm not getting abundance in money. I'm getting abundance because I'm learning. So I'm getting an abundance of knowledge. And the knowledge that I give you, you are supposed to take and create wealth. You are supposed to be abundant off of the knowledge that I give you. My abundance comes from knowing that you are being abundant in creating. That's it. And my blessings come wherever they come. So it's never a competition. I don't want what you want. I guarantee that. And I'm pretty sure you don't want what I want. We're not the same. All I'm called to do is give you wealth. Confirmation if you heard that horn. Now, what you do with the wealth that I give you, the keys that I give you, the gold that I give you, the gems and the jewels, that's on you, how you take that, flip that, and make yourself wealthy. I was called to talk differently as well. Spirit says, ancestors say, when I could have just been like, this person is doing this and da 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 da. I could have been reading like someone else. But you notice how when I read, my messages are always high vibrational only because I always include spirit. I do nothing without my Nana, my spirit guides, my ancestors, the Most High. And I say that in messages because that energy, that healing is important for you guys. Okay. It's very, very crucial for you to know who you're connected with. And so for you guys at this point, you're needing to know that is who you are connected with. There ain't no demons. There ain't no devils. There ain't none of that. You guys are connected to the highest vibration of light because that's the only thing that I was told and showed to give you guys. So I go through my darkness so you guys can have light. Confirmation if you heard that horn again. I have sacrificed my human desires, my human pleasures, whatever y'all want to call it. I did that a long time ago. I'm trying to always be the best version of myself. I'm trying to always be the most awakened, being in a space. And maybe that's because I'm a healer. I try to have the clearest energy. I try to always send healing to people that I know need it or I feel needed. If you come into my mind and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, damn, maybe I should send them some energy. I'm gonna send it. You didn't ask me, but I'm gonna send it to you. If I feel like, or if I get an energy of something going on, I'm gonna send a prayer. I'm gonna do this. Some people's prayers don't do nothing. I'm just saying. I know the power of my prayers. So there are things that I'm always doing, even though you guys don't see me, in the background, trying to show you in your reality the best way that I can, that the things that I speak on are real and you're needing to connect. I like it so that I say, Spirit, my intention for every reading is for Spirit to make it clear and for you guys to receive a message that you can use for your highest good and the highest good of all concerned. That has always been my motto, the highest good and the highest good of all concerned. And if you listen to my messages from then to now, the highest good of everyone concerned that would watch my video has been accounted for. And you can tell by the way that I speak that I keep that in the back of my mind. It's hard to give a message to, a collective of people that have many different things going on, but everybody needs to get the same message in a different form. So I say, shape my word that everybody can receive it in the best way possible for them. It doesn't mean you're going to like it, but it means you're going to receive a message that you need the best possible way for you to understand it, grow from it, and heal something. I'm only human. We are a beautiful yin and yang of souls. No, yeah, them boundaries had to go up. I kept seeing the healthy boundaries in my crystal deck. And I'm like, I'm not even talking to nobody. What you mean healthy boundaries? And they said, well, that's the problem. I'm like, what? First he's saying I'm talking too much. Then he's saying I'm not talking enough. So I'm like, I don't know what okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. When you don't talk, people don't know, right? Closed mouth don't get fed type of energy. So this is it. But again, we have to go through certain things to get to certain levels, It's a lot more than just flipping cards. It's every time I get on here and flip some cards, I know there's an opposing energy. It's every time I get on here and flip some cards, I know I'm gonna be attacked and I gotta go off of here. I gotta go take a spiritual bath. I gotta go cleanse my energy. I gotta go meditate. I gotta go ground. I gotta go get out in nature. I gotta wear my crystals. I gotta to do all this. I got to do all that every single time I try to help someone. It's like, damn, I'm tired. I'm tired. It's like, I get it, but I'm tired. And I never need sage when I don't use the tarot cards. So it leads me to believe that as I'm giving these messages for you, the energy that I'm picking up on is sticking in my deck. And it's like, I don't even want to use it because it's not my deck anymore. Like, that's y'all's deck. And that's not my energy. That's your energy. And I don't want that energy around me. So it becomes very, you know how sticky it gets, you know, again. So that's where we're at with this. So yeah, my other platform, my other channel, I created it, you guys. I will give you a little bit more info on that, but it's going to be nothing tarot cards. It's just going to be us talking like this, having authentic conversation, one-on-one, one-to-one, getting to know each other, learning, you know, what we need to get through these next phases, this next cycle, because a new cycle is upon us. That started the 13th of January. So we are in a new cycle. So there's going to be some new things that Spirit wants me to give you. Again, we tapping in, we talking more spiritual, we're getting deeper to come up, okay? Sometimes we got to go down to elevate. So this is what's happening. No more tarot cards for me. Like I said, if you guys want a reading, you can always book a reading, we can do that. But as far as for the collective on this platform, I'm done. I've gotten the messages out to my family that I needed to get out. I've healed the things that needed to be healed. I've used the tarot cards to understand my connection to Egypt and my ancestors and where that falls and why I'm connected. I've understood all there is to understand, and I'm tired of that spiritual plateau. So in this next cycle, this next channel that I have created, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is the content that I'm going to put on it. Everything is changing. As y'all see, my dreads is growing. Look at this, look here. Okay. Yeah, I want to be able to show my hair. I'm not there yet. Can't do that doing tarot. But you see how long my dreads is getting? Okay, when I started, they was like up here. So yeah, there's a lot of changes going on. I went from bald, okay, a year ago where I cut off all my hair in my spiritual journey. Then I got dreads, and now my dreads went from, like I said, up here, and you see them. I got some dreads in here. So things is changing. But yeah, I'm out of here. I will let y'all know about the new channel when it's up. That's all I got. You guys give me some ideas of what you want to talk about, the contact. We'll say contact information. Well, that's fine too. But the content that you want to talk about, you know, we're going to get real, you know, we're going to get real on this spiritual journey. We've gone through what we needed to, and now it's time for this newness. And I don't even know yet what that is, but I feel it. I feel like it's really, really good. It's good information. It's freshness. It's like going to lead a lot of chosen beings to where they need to go. And that's my, you know, if there's other people, I know there are other people as well that watch and follow, but I'm really not here for the followers. I'm here for, you know, the people that really want to change themselves in their lives and that want to be better people, that want to heal themselves from the things they've gone through because they got children, because they're thinking about their futures and they're done with their past. Those are the people that I want to cater to. Those are the people that I want to help, because I know how it feels to be done. I know how it feels to need newness. I know how it feels to feel stuck. I know how it feels to feel unappreciated. I know how it feels to feel unheard. I know how it feels to feel unseen. I know how it feels to feel dead inside. Like, I know how it feels. And this is what we're going to be discussing as spiritual beings in this new channel, is how we can overcome these things and realize the things that we're going through are merely tests that are going to lead to our testimony. This new channel is pretty much about our testimonies and how we are going to come out of the situations that we have been placed in. So get ready. It's about to be beautiful. Just know, there won't be no tarot cards. If this is where we stop seeing each other, it's been real. If you were only here for the tarot card readings and to get the tea, it's been real. But if you guys want to be true, you know, family, and you want to continue this soul journey, and you want to get, you know, guided, and you want to have a spiritual soul family, then I hope that you guys will follow me over to the newness, and we'll see what we got. Okay. I'm excited too, because I feel like all of this newness is going to bring a new energy. Like, I literally just took off my email for On my phone, I took off this email for this YouTube. I was like, I'm done with this. It was like draining all my phone, like my storage, everything. I was like, what the hell? Just YouTube, you know? It was draining my storage. So it made sense that it was draining me. So I was like, you know what? Let me take this off my phone. And when I took it off my phone, it literally felt like I had a brand new phone. Like just taking off this channel. That's why I'm on my laptop. Just taking this channel off my phone was like, wow, man, that feels good. So that was a sign, you know? So I know that this is moving in the right direction. It's new energy. It has to be, because that shit is draining. And after, like, I know usually when like I go through something like I went through this past weekend where I get sick, because I don't get sick very often. I've been doing this a lot. I've been sick maybe 2-3 times from the actions of other people, you know, the magic and all that stuff. It's usually in those moments that he come in and he's like, you're fucking done with this. Yeah, I said God said that. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's how he talks to me. So if y'all could only hear the way the Most High talks to me, then you guys would just be like, oh, that ain't nothing. That shit is not sunshine and roses. And that's another thing. People don't know nothing because they've never had a connection like that with the Most High. So how can people tell you that you are not of God because you talk like this? Do you talk to God? Does God tell you what to do every day? Does God come in and guide you? You know? So how dare you tell me how I'm supposed to talk or how God talks to me? You can take that and sorry. Thank you. Oh yeah, God don't play. People think God's like, my child, you are. No. I've heard the Most High come in and say, F that ish. I've heard the Most High say, my child. I've heard some stuff. So Most High calls people out of their names too. I'm just saying. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Know who you are, you know. You be hearing in the readings what the Most High be calling people. Jackasses, spiritual assholes, bullies. That's Most High. That's not these readers. That's God. But you have to have a personal relationship with God to be able to talk like this. Same thing with, you know, me smoking. Oh, she's of God. She shouldn't be doing that. But isn't weed of the earth? Like, weren't my ancestors using it to heal and for medicine and all this other stuff? But because I smoke weed, I'm not a healer. Does that even make sense? Like, but again, there's medicinal weed as well that heals people, but it can't heal people. Like, I don't get it. So yeah, all those things are projections, and those are just, you know, people that are stuck in small spaces in the mind that feel that way. Okay? God made everything in creation. So God also said, come as you are. People forget that one, right? He said, come as you are. The broken you, the busted you, the whatever you, the broke you, the high you, the drunk you. God will fix all that in your life. God didn't say, come to me clean and pristine, because he can't do nothing with you. God likes a beautiful disaster. God likes someone that can put everything into him and believe that he can make something out of that. So if you feel like you're nothing, go to God. That's who you go to. You don't go to no practitioner to make you something that you're not. Go to God, put it on his feet. Most High, I need a change in my life, and mean it with your heart. Most High, I'm sorry for the wrong that I've done in this life. Can you lift me up? You don't think it's going to happen? You got to believe more than you doubt. Faith over fear, okay? Faith without work is dead. Sometimes you got to live for something you can't see until you see it in front of you. You understand? I love y'all. Have a good night.